Welcome back, everyone, to another Drama Time, the series where you submit your stories anonymized to farfa@gmail.com, and we judge you for your past sins and stuff like that. Are my co-hosts excited and ready?
No.
Do we have any smell-based ones today again?
There is something close to that, yeah. But let's...
I don't like something close to that.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Smell adjacent? Okay.
It's in the realm of smell.
You can get a little whiff of it, yeah.
All right, let's hop into story number 1. It was 2017. The year Zodiac was the big meta threat. It was late into the season, and all of my friends got their invites for nationals. I told myself that I wanted to win at any cost for my invite.
Don't like that. Do not like that.
I signed up for the next regional and went to the event going 3-0. Lunch was called, although it was rather short, only 15 minutes. I had packed and ate in the store. Round 4 was called, and I sat against my opponent Broadbill, who came to the table and said, "Hey, I'll be right back. I'm just getting my kebab from next door."
As the round starts, this guy's gonna come back with a fucking kebab in his hands, just dripping over everything.
This is 100% a German regional, right?
This is the what was the Ohio regional that took place in a Shoney's?
Well, I replied to him, "Just tell the judge," before he ran off next door. A few minutes had passed and the judge walked over to my table and asked, "Where's the opponent?" I said he was next door getting his lunch while also playing it kinda dumb. The judge said that when he gets back to call him over so he could award him with a game 1 loss.
As he should, let's just get that, as he should. Yeah,
That's what we have to decide here, so let's wait for him to finish the story.
Broadbill came back. I called the judge over and the judge gave the penalty. Broadbill pulled out his deck in a rush, shuffled, and we started game 2. My opponent went first, and I didn't open any hand traps, while my opponent comboed off until he got to Broadbill to try and search for Black Sheep. Broadbill said his Black Sheep must still be in his side deck and grabbed his deck box.
Is the guy Broadbill or is he summoning Broadbill?
The opponent Broadbill, who is now getting
the guy
to
Broadbill. It's kind of like Don Zalug, right?
Broadbill said his Black Sheep must still be in his side and grabbed his deck box while I called the judge. He was awarded a game loss again for a 39 card deck. I then proceeded to lose the next 2 rounds. Yes.
No, you're not the asshole. Your opponent is a dumbass. I'm sorry.
Come
Just like the
on.
dumbest.
Come on.
First off,
come
is this
on.
not an LCQ? This is an actual regional, right? Because I was like, you go 4-0, that's the end of the LCQ. You won.
No, so he was
Well, he says
4-0 to
regional.
6-2. Yeah. Oh, 4-2. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I guess what I would say here is this is the first one of these that we've gotten that I think is unquestionably fine. Like, I get it's a thorny situation or whatever.
Doug would disagree.
I get that, like, I get it's oh, you didn't get that long for lunch, but no, you can't go, hey, I'm gonna go get my kebab, take 5 to 10 minutes to do it, come back, and then sit down without checking your deck and toss him a 39er. Like, no. Like, it's a feels bad win for sure, because you didn't actually play any Yu-Gi-Oh! But no, you're totally fine.
Okay, so I will say that I don't know how much time has passed or was wasted by the opponent, but for me personally, if it was like...
Was this a Joseph Saga turn kind of amount of time?
Like, if my opponent is like 30 seconds late in a format where, you know, they still had like time rules at the time, which were not even really relevant, really. I believe in 2017, right? Time rules just weren't even like really a thing. I would be gracious and let my opponent be a minute late or something. But again, it depends like how long they were.
Like, you don't have to let them be a minute late. Like, the rule is 3 minutes late for a game loss, 10 minutes late for a match loss. Like, you're not giving them any grace by letting them show up 30 seconds late. They're allowed to. You don't have to be. But this whole, like, sitting down at the table, you're not gonna get a kebab and eat a kebab in like the 3 to 10 minutes. Like, he made it back before the 10-minute
so
one.
just so we're
like,
all on the same wavelength here, there is a 15-minute lunch break. Like, some regionals do this, they just give you a lunch break. So they had 15 minutes, right? So that was the allotted time. They get 15 minutes.
That was his jerk off time, though. He was jorking it in the bathroom.
Well, no, I think probably what happened is he sat in line for the kebab, got the order in, And then they were like rounds starting. So he ran to the round. He was like, I'm just going to grab my kebab. And to be clear, I think even the person did the right thing being like, I understand this is a stupid, nuanced situation. Tell the judge before you go. And the guy just didn't.
Yeah, but I feel like if you don't tell, what is telling the judge there really achieve, right? It's not like the judge is going to change the rules based on.
I'm going to grab my kebab that I already ordered. Lunch break was short. Can we have like a 2-minute extension?
Yeah, good fucking luck asking that. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
you want to hold up the entire regional for one kebab.
They say no. They say no. All right, but it doesn't hurt to be like, my opponent said it's okay. I'm just going to run and grab it and immediately sit back down. Is that all right?
How would he have eaten it? Like, I just don't understand.
He is going to grab the takeout kebab, keep it next to him until the end of the round, and then, eat it.
Eat a 50-minute-old kebab? Like,
we're at a Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional. It's either that or 8 granola bars.
Okay, fair.
8 granola bars. Oh my god. What's your go-to, like, morning, like, event dish or food or whatever? Do you guys like sit and grab proper breakfast, or is it like Monster Energy and a cigarette or something?
I've tried both. I've done boy breakfast, the Monster Energy and like 8 or 9 Adderall. And then I've done I sit down and have a feast. I enjoy the feast much more.
That's the biggest difference between YCSs and regionals for me, is that at a YCS, when you're at like a hotel or an Airbnb, you make breakfast, but at a regional, like, can't be fucked.
Yeah, regionals, I will say, I just revert to being 19 years old in college. I'll eat like a pancake I make using the water from the bathroom in between rounds that I heat up on the radiator. Like, it's just like not, you don't really eat food per se. Anyway, this guy's insane. You did everything right.
Carelessness.
Yeah, you did everything right. And I think we've all been in situations where an opponent like fucks up something like, oh shit. I remember one of a classic one for me was I had lost a game 1, or almost exactly this. My opponent was like 3 minutes 30 late. They sat down. I'm like, all right, well, you got a game loss. And they're like, fine, whatever. They clap me game 2. Game 3, they realize they've left an Orchist in their face-up extra. And they're like, I guess I lose. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, we've all been here. It feels bad, but like, what are you going to do? That's the rule.
I will say it from my POV. I would never expect my opponent to let me off with something like that. But if you're 3 minutes 30 late instead of like 2:59 within the time scale, like, I will probably let you like sit down and have time. Maybe
there
not.
has to be a cutoff.
No.
There has to be a cutoff.
I would never break competitive REL, Farfa. That's the difference between me and you. You're breaking rules all the time.
Sure.
You always DM me how much you have a disrespect for the rules and for Konami, for the document, the policy document.
Sharking tips. He's always texting us.
Yeah, always sharking tips. You actually told us you invented the thing that Hoban did, but like, I would never do anything.
I would play an Edison game instead of current. So
I do remember that. Yeah, I remember you would only go to OTSs that had like accreditation, and you would ask people to play Squirrel format.
Edison?
Yeah, you would ask people to play Pokemon. You'd be like,
so yeah, like, obviously rules are rules and you have to follow them and stuff. But at the same time, like, for me personally, like, I'm not going to kick up a stink because you were 30 seconds late. I'm sorry. Maybe with,
right, but then it's like, okay, if they're 4 minutes late, it's like, okay, well, now you're 30 seconds late from the 30 seconds late. Is that enough? And then it's like, okay, well, if that's enough, like 5 minutes late, is that close? There has to be a cutoff at some point.
It was 2021, and I was sitting down to play at my locals. 2 people were playing a game next to me.
21.
Zaborg and Moby. I'm glad he got that out of his system. Zaborg looks at his hand, lets out a long, drawn-out sigh, and says, I can't win this. Mobius looks over at Zaborg in silence for a few seconds, scoops up his cards, and merges them into his deck. Are you scooping? Zaborg says. You said you gave up, replied Mobius. They both in unison yell for a judge. The judge comes over and clarifies the situation. After a long and heated back and forth, the judge eventually rules that Zaborg is the winner, because he never officially surrendered before Mobius scooped up his cards and shuffled them away into his deck.
This was an old cheating tactic back in the day.
Well, let me draw my line in the sand really quick. The guy who lets out the Zaborg, the guy who, like, say, shit, I can't win this. Like, I think he's the asshole in this situation.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think he's the asshole for sure, because, like Doug said, it is an ancient cheating tactic to be like,
I think he's fishing.
Well, I mean, you got it based on this hand, and then they scoop, and you go, oh, you scooped? Oh, okay, I guess I win. But it's also really annoying when someone goes, this fucking hand, and then they win.
All the time. Yeah, I can't imagine someone doing
Saga. I do it all the time in Saga. But, that's annoying as fuck. So he's the asshole either way.
This is my biggest issue with this. It's like they are hiding behind like the concept of like they are technically and officially not scooped or given up, right? But they are saying this very specific line of I can't win this game and sighing and like kind of playing around with their hand or whatever they might be doing because they are fishing for like something, right? Like it's for this exact situation. Like I might just be assuming the worst here, which is not usually what I do in this, weirdly enough. But I think you are deliberately trying to like gauge some kind of reaction out of your opponent, and I do think it's malicious when you do something like you should even be like saying that in general, like as a general rule of thumb, like don't reveal any information about your hand.
Revealing any. Wow, I actually have
it's
the opposite
kind of
opinion
revealing
of you on this one.
Okay. Well, give us the Doug.
I mean, we weren't there, right? We don't know the context here, but I think if your opponent says I can't win this and then doesn't scoop up their cards, no, you are once again being a little careless, scooping up your cards before the opponent has like, yeah, it's just both players should agree the game is over like that. Like you shouldn't scoop up your cards preemptively. Like, it seems silly, like, oh, what's the point of like a handshake or a fist bump? And it's like, that's both players acknowledging the game is over. And like, yeah, it is like, maybe he was fishing for something, but maybe it was like I can't win this, but I'm going to try, like maybe he was thinking about his play. I think assuming your opponent is scooping.
To clarify, I think he's correct. He didn't technically scoop. I'm not saying he deserves the loss. I'm just saying I think he's an asshole. I think there was malicious intent behind saying something like that.
And that's where the judges were, right? That was a tough call for them, probably.
I will say, yeah, this is a tough call for judges. At locals, though, I think you probably just be like, haha, well, let's run it back. You get the mulligan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it's just such a rough situation. And that's why you don't scoop till you see the whites of their eyes.
This one goes way back to 2003 or so when I was around 12 or 13. At the time, I was fairly fortunate in that my parents would buy me basically anything within reason. So I always got Yu-Gi-Oh packs if I asked. Joseph, thanks for submitting this story in, by the way. I was with my mom shopping in town one day and saw packs of Legend of Blue Eyes at an off license. Having asked, she bought me a couple, and I was happy.
This is me being an American. What the fuck is an off license?
Yeah.
So I believe an off license, growing up we called them the offies here, but I think it's like basically just a convenience store.
Dude, this nation is not real.
You
want to go to the offies?
By random chance, I ran into a close friend who we'll call Gearfried with their mom, and they asked if I wanted to come with them to hang out at Gearfried's house, to which I said yes. As they were going the opposite way, I realized that they too were going to be going to the off license I just left, and the kid was bought a singular pack. I still had my cards in my hand that I'd opened, having not opened anything good, and the mother asked if I would like a pack too, to which I said yes. Gearfried was visibly annoyed with me having accepted this offer, seeing as they had only gotten one pack, but I opened it and pulled a holo polymerization, which at the time was the only way to get the card, and thus the only way to fuse. Gearfried said it wasn't fair that I had opened it and asked me to give the card to them. But I, having always wanted one, decided to keep it, which upset them.
This is shocking that this got sent to us. Like, this is...
Kids drop.
This is a memory you've held on to for your entire life. I'm doing math here. 13 years old in 2003 means what? You're like 50, 60 years old by now? And you're like, oh my god, like, I can't believe I opened this extra pack.
But they had just got multiple packs, and then their poor friend, gets one, and then...
This is like that episode of King of the Hill where Bobby keeps eating the cereal. He goes in, he's like, has your mother given you a toast yet? And he's like, I don't believe she has. Like, this is just a situation where, like, he got a pack. The mom was like, I'm going to buy my kid a pack. Oh, do you want a pack too? And the kid's mad that he had a different pack from previous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. Who cares?
No, dude. Okay, this one resonated with me because as a father, I would actually be a little stumped in this situation. Like, I wouldn't know what to do, right? Like, clearly I would let the other kid keep his pack or something, but like, then what do I do? Do I buy my own kid more packs until they hit a poly? Like,
no, it's a lesson about gambling.
Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah. I mean, like, you say, oh, let me get a pack for you and your friend, And your kid's argument is, well, he already got a pack from his mom.
See, I don't think they knew that. I think that's why the person submitted this, because they were guilty that, like, they'd already gotten several packs from their mom because they're an only child. I submitted this one. And then their friend, like, you know, he can only afford one pack. Like, that's all he was going to get.
I'm reading this back. He pulled several packs.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
So I'd feel bad for my own child in this situation. I got him one pack. This other, like, rich kid over there gets, like, half a booster box, and he, like...
The mom
Yeah,
shouldn't.
no,
I
okay,
guess
it's
the mom
kinda
shouldn't
like
have got him the pack, but I guess she just didn't want him to feel left out.
Yeah.
I don't think this is.
Yeah.
I think the stakes on this are crazy low.
yeah.
No, dude, when you're 12 years old, this is, like, all you know. This is, like, the worst thing that's ever happened to you, quite literally.
Of course. But if you take the randomized element out of it, it's like, you know, if you... I don't know. It is very funny that the kid opened, like, a bunch of packs first. But it's like, you know, if a friend's mom, like, has a friend's mom not giving you guys, like, a toy or whatever, and then it's like the other kid says, no, actually, I want that, you know, because he has toys at home. Like, and I don't even think the extra packs were in here. I think that's just the person submitting felt guilty because they already had gotten packs. I will, you know, you said at the beginning, I will absolve you of your sins of wanting a toy as a 12-year-old.
And that is why you buy the singles. I was attending a locals that I don't usually attend. It's more competitive, and I only really go here to stress test for regionals. This was Cash Tira format. And I was having a great time sitting on a Rise Heart. I made it to the finals, undefeated, and sat across from Upstart Goblin, who was playing full power Super Heavy Samurai. Upstart Goblin is known around our area for being a little standoffish and hostile. This particular day though, he'd spent a lot of his between round time mad dogging and shooting mean looks at my girlfriend. So can I get an American check on this? Is that like a word, a term you guys...
We call it mean mugging.
Mad dogging? Mean mugging? What does that mean?
It's like when you're like shooting dirty looks, right?
Right, okay, interesting. Growing up, we called it growling.
Growling?
Okay.
But
Woof,
I
woof,
love
sure.
like these little Scottish anecdotes I share and they sound really dumb in hindsight, but yeah, we called it growling.
Or you want to go growling at the office?
You don't talk like that in Scotland, Joseph!
Oh my, you want to go mean mugging at the office?
It all sounds the same to us, let's be honest.
Look,
Oh, I
just-
don't like all those brown people in my neighborhood.
Why is he Irish? You see Shrek, Joseph? You seen Shrek? Shrek?
Yeah. What are you immigrants doing in my swamp?
What is he talking about?
Classic Shrek line right there, yeah.
You know, Shrek is actually a story about unchecked migration.
That particular day, though, he spent a lot of his between round time shooting mean looks at my girlfriend, who decided to come with me to spend time with me. By the way, you know, small side note, don't take your girlfriend to locals just like for no reason, right?
If they're playing, if they're having fun, that's one thing. But if they're like watching you play, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I
waste of
can't
time.
stand
Don't
that.
do that.
Yeah.
It gets more acceptable the bigger event you're going to. Locals, absolutely not.
I feel like it's even worse at bigger events because there's just more strangers constantly approaching her like, hey,
Oh,
so,
I just meant
how'd
from
your
like
round go?
acceptable of like, I mean, you see all sorts of girlfriends and wives around at YCSs.
But they're there to like do other stuff. They're
you like traveled there or whatever, like.
or they're playing side events. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a pretty stark contrast from not to derail this immediately, but I always think about this this local I went to, terrible local, probably one of the worst. Started 2 hours late. And it was in the middle of zoo format, and I brought Monarch.
Hours late?
Dude, I'm leaving after 30 minutes of it being late.
2 hours? What are
But
they doing?
I was playing this guy, and
Grabbing
he had brought
kebabs.
his wife, and they were on Hero, and I was on Monarch, and I was just fucking dabbing on him. And then we finished the game, and he's like a little salty, and his wife goes, "Oh, so did you win?" And he looks at her, he goes, "No." And she was like, "Okay, I'm sorry." And it was such an aggressive reaction that we all kind of just he immediately took a step back and was like, "I'm sorry, that was stupid." And we all laughed
Yeah.
about it, and it was like immediately we were all like, "Oh, this is dumb." Yeah. And she was like, "Shit, I just wanted to know." But he did it, and I was like, "Dude, this is I'm sorry,
She
man."
should probably look at the board state, though, and understand that he lost.
Just to clarify, he wasn't looking like he's never seen a woman before. He looked at her with malice. Goblin, to his credit, is very good at Yu-Gi-Oh! And game 3 was wildly back and forth. On the second to last turn, I top-decked Cash Tira Birth, which made Goblin upset that I was sacking him.
Yep, drew a 3 of in the deck. Yep, that's sacking.
Drew the card like, yo, are you playing against Joseph? Like, in Saga? That's crazy. He managed to beat me by attacking over a Draco Sack token later for a game with piercing damage. After winning, he pounded the table angrily and cursed me out for sacking him. On a game he won!
Dude, this is Joseph.
Damn, are you
Holy
playing
shit.
against Farfa in Saga?
Shut up! I'd already been kind of fed up with his attitude, so I said, damn, I guess glaring at woman you don't know really helped you win, huh?
Just walk away. You don't need to say that. Just walk away. It's fine.
Terrible burn, by the way. What does that even mean? I laid out the behavior both myself and my girlfriend saw him exhibit to the crowd that had quickly gathered at my loud accusation. The store owner came around as Goblin said, I didn't say anything to that bitch. Wow.
Dude, the escalate. Like, the things people will say in person, I don't know.
This is because of the Catch to Rebirth they, like, outplayed and won the game for. This is, imagine if he lost. Jesus Christ, I can't imagine.
Yeah, like, what would he start?
The store owner pulled my girlfriend and I to the side and asked what happened. After explaining, sighed and said, look, I can't police how people look at you. You'll just have to put up with it. When I talked about this to the other players of my usual locals, the reaction was a sympathetic shrug of, that's Yu-Gi-Oh for you, and light mocking for emailing Konami about it. I never went to that competitive local again, and when I reported to the store, I got no reply.
Shitty but avoidable situation. Like, yeah, your opponent was an asshole, you're not an asshole, but also, like...
I would say 99% of people are normal. And normal, not like, you know, normal like they're fucking normie NPCs or whatever. I would say are capable of functioning in a civilized society.
They're just people, you know.
1% of people are totally monstrous antisocial freaks. And the good news is you'll almost never encounter them because they mostly sit at home replying to my posts on Twitter.
I'm watching twitch.tv/.
But every so often one will venture out into the world. And when you encounter one of these people, your goal should be to interact with them as minimally as possible. And obviously this person is unhinged. Obviously they are freakish. When they pound the table and whine about a game they won, I think you go, whatever, man, and leave. Like, yeah. I hate that I have to side with the store owner here, but he really can't be like, I'm not gonna fucking ban this guy for mean mugging you. Like, maybe he has like resting bitch face. I don't know. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here. Probably not. And there, you know, Konami isn't gonna yank OTS for that. Like, I think you just have to be like, this was a bad experience with an awful person. I don't want to escalate it. I'm not going back to this local.
Because you're not going to win them over. Like, that's the thing with these sort of burns.
What if he's like,
people...
you know what? That's a good point. I'll change from now on.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I will stop glaring at women. You're right. Sometimes it's just not worth engaging with people that are just assholes. Like, it's just not worth it.
Hate to be all toxic masculinity and all that kind of stuff, but if my wife was spoken to in this way, I would have responded in a very different way. I would not stand for that in any shape or form.
Yeah, I mean, by the time he calls your wife a bitch, it's over. Then the escalations happen. You got to go in.
But it never should have gotten there. And I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, you shouldn't be like, okay, I hate to be like this. He kind of pulled his girlfriend into it. Because, like, this is an annoying argument between him and the guy. And he's like, oh, yeah? Well, I noticed that you were looking at my girlfriend weird, too. And suddenly it's her problem, right?
That is a good point, but at the same time, like, if you could actually put yourself in that situation where some guy actually is just the entire time, like, growling at your girlfriend or whatever, like, it would probably, like you know, eventually... If you're spending an entire day at locals and that's just happening the entire tournament, it's like... Do you just leave at that point? Or, you know, at some point I'm gonna be like, hey, what's your problem? Like, what are you doing, dude? Like... You know, I personally would be like, I'm not gonna drop the tournament. I'm not gonna feel like uncomfortable in my own safe space, my locals, just because some guy's like literally the entire time doing that. Like, I'd be pretty pissed off about that as well.
Hard for me to put myself in this situation because Jillian would just go up and introduce herself.
Hey, I noticed you were looking. We dig your vibe.
Yeah, we saw you from across the room. Would you like to play Commander?
It's always really funny whenever you address people like this, with kindness. Their brain just blue screens. They don't know what to do.
Because in their head, everyone's antagonistic.
Yeah, they're operating from an assumption that like everyone's out to get me. Like I'm here at the local against a pack full of wolves. It's like, dude, we're all playing a game for fun. Calm down.
I'm always suspicious with stories like this because it's like, okay, his own personal friend group is telling him like he's in the wrong. So I'm like, okay, is he like missing something out here, right? Like
He's the one that escalate. Like, your opponent's an asshole, your opponent's a whiny baby, but you're the one that can. Yeah, it's just one of those spots where it's like sometimes, you know, it sounds cliche, but the most adult thing is just not engaging.
all right, well, that'll be a wrap. Little short one this week, but big shout outs to my friends here for hanging out with me and doing this little extra video. If you're wondering what's going on in the personal life, I've got a baby on the way very imminently, so I've been trying to rack up some of these downloads and stuff. So not downloads, uploads. So thank you guys for helping, and hopefully I'll still try my best to stay active on YouTube. I don't know when you'll see this, but we'll catch you in the next one.